Okay, let's see if we're live now. We should be. We're gonna try again. I didn't lose every game earlier, but it wasn't great, so we're gonna try just starting from scratch here. Fresh slate. Okay, we're second position. That feels pretty good. Decks are interesting for sure. Cards are not great, but it's alright. So after getting kind of frustrated, I'm just going to pick somebody who has an easy time at Swordmaster. So, like one of these two probably. Second position shouldn't be hard for that, but for some reason, I'm going to draw all my yellows in the same hand. Or at least I had been doing that. I don't think Paul is warranted here. The row is just not good enough. So it's either got to be Hundro or Leto. Let's do Hundro. He's a little bit more interesting. Okay, Expedite is okay, not great. Secret Forces again, man, that card sucks. Okay, I guess we'll take Expedite. It's fine. If we go like Haga Basin with our ring, it's decent. No faction. Don't go smuggling, please. That would be much appreciated. Cool, he didn't go smuggling. He must have liked what he had on top of his deck. If I had faction, I would consider Hardy Warriors here, but I think the play is just smuggle. I've had enough of these round 6, round 7 Sword Masters. I'm getting my Sword Master as soon as humanly possible. Yeah, actually, we can use the Expedite to get a big combat boost here. I think that sounds like fun. We can put 4 troops in. Then we can go full space next turn if we really need to. And certainly we'll have all the faction. Oh, we drew all 3 yellow again. That's funny. Nothing like being second and drawing all 3 of your yellow. Okay, let's do this. So, kind of a weird start, but that's kind of what Hundra is about, is weird starts. So, we move the dial up. We can't get back to smuggling next round, so we have to go ahead and expedite. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 1 We should be able to get our Swordmaster just on having 4 troops in the combat alone. It's too late for Paul to respond. 4 persuasion is okay. It will get us negotiated withdraw if Paul doesn't take it. He probably will. It'll get us Imperial Spy otherwise, or BG Sister. Helena picks up the Secret Forces. She rings away the negotiated withdraw. Shai Halud is a really cool card. We can try to work towards that, but probably that's not the path we took this game. It is a reason to get the BG Sister over the Imperial Spy. It's more persuasion. Even though I tend to like the Spy as much or maybe a little better. So it looks like unless Paul has double daggers, we should win this. He has 5. Probably picks up both of these 2, would be my guess. So we don't really have any idea what we're going to have access to. We don't want the assassination mission. And the fence is not that good. But who knows what comes up. We're seeing a lot of churn in the row. Yeah, Sister's gone. Bad. Okay, that's good enough for me. It's actually a pretty good hunter card. Even if it's not a good card in general, it's like fine. Yeah, I'll take a CGA. So yeah, we end the round at 8 Solari, so we get to have our Swordmaster, which means that we can go to Fold Space. First action, actually. We have no yellow, so we can't actually take Interstellar, but it's still worth doing on its own merits. If there's a way we could get Shai Halud, I would be open to it. I don't know that there is. Actually, we can get Guild here. We don't even have to visit Full Space. Maybe we shouldn't, just because we already have Guild access in our deck. Okay, so we have enough money for Swordmaster, but nobody else is even close, so we should probably do something else. And we could just go the Fold Space again. We could grab water. We're not going to win the combat. We could get Wealth. We could Mentat. And maybe we draw into yellow. I kind of like that idea. You know what? Let's we run the risk of Beast going to Fold Space if we do that. Let's do this. What did he pick up? Was it the Mnemonic Film? Yeah. That's cool. He'll probably get Shai Halud. I think the idea of going Wealth Mentat to Interstellar is just too zany. Especially when we have double faction on our hand. We just don't need to do that. And it had the disadvantage of allowing Beast to possibly grab full space. The way Interstellar works, I mean, the longer that you're the king of it, the better. That Expedite was actually really good. I normally don't think very highly of that card, but on Hundro in round 1, it's pretty good. Hardy Warriors from Helena. Pretty good round for her. Smuggling Hardy. We can trash with the CGA, but we're probably just going to use it for the shipping bump every time. Huh. Well, we got a Swordmaster much sooner than anyone else. I expect Helena will get hers next round, though. Nobody else is in the combat, so if Paul doesn't come in now, it's worth it for me just to drop one troop in at Still Suits. I mean, there's not that many other places I can deploy troops, actually. I could take Seek Allies to Secrets, but that's about it. I'm completely out of resources from that gambit. A water and a spice is definitely worth one troop. The problem is we don't know what Paul's going to do. Yeah. If he's done his math, he knows that we can't actually go into combat now. Sad. So we actually have to go to Secrets. Just fine. Not a very good card, but in the late game it can matter. 2 Persuasion. I would pick up a Liaison here, just because there's a Shai-Hulud out. Or I would pick up Imperial Spy, because it's a good card. Engineer is interesting. It's a little early for that, but he'll probably get it off. Early reveal from Paul. Okay. Does he reach up to Worm Riders, or did he already pick up a card? He already bought the Recruiter, but he could get the Spy as well. Liaison. I think I like Spy just better than Liaison in general. Okay, well, we don't get a choice. I would rather have Liaison than nothing, so I'll take Liaison, it's fine. There's a Shai-Hulud after all. Helps us get to Shai-Hulud, and then if we have Shai-Hulud, it helps set up Prim and Bond. CGA, full space diplomacy, a lot of access in this hand. And Helena taking full space is good for me because that means I get to continue to go to Interstellar. Beast is going to get to 8. So he's actually going to get there before Helena. Nobody has the Interstellar right now, so we can go to Faction instead. Is there any way for me to get to Shai-Hulud this round? Well, with the Fold Space, maybe, but we don't know. We should probably play the Fold Space first and find out. Paul has a crap ton of water. Well, Imperial Basin gives us some spice that we could use at Selective Breeding. Let's open with Still Suits here and see what it gives us. Okay, that helps. Definitely a good sign. Not needing to deploy right now, though. So we're at 5. It should be quite possible. I don't love playing the CGA to Interstellar, but it's fine. It's good enough. We get to trash a card, so I'm not complaining. We get last dibs and everything here because we're going last with an extra agent. Welcome, Mr. New Viewer. What happened just now? Diplomacy is an agent to Highliner. Oh, damn, okay. Round 3 Highliner. I was not expecting that. That's one way to get your guild influence. Wouldn't hurt to limp into this combat. Didn't put much in either, so we can still go over top of him. Let's go ahead and open with the CGA. Drop the dagger. What? No, that's not right. Discard dagger. Oh, I guess it's only listing it as in my hand. Okay. It's kind of weird, but I get it. So Beast is going to go in. I don't think it's worth it for me to join just for 1 troop. Or for 2 Solari, I mean. So we're probably just going to play Arakeen, I think. Unfortunate we didn't get to play the Diplomacy, but it's okay. It's one of those hands where you draw your action in the same hand. Would have rather had an extra yellow here so they could go to Imperial Basin, but it is what it is. If we had the Private Army, I'd want to still go to Hardy Warriors, but we don't. I mean, I could go to Hardy Warriors and not deploy anything, but that seems kind of bad. Three in on Beast is interesting. Now, I'm sure Paul's got some daggers to reveal. He doesn't have... He actually has a lot of daggers in his deck. No artillery, though. Although it's available, so we should be mindful of that. We probably don't want to let Paul get that artillery. I think Arakeen still makes the most sense here. It's not, like, great in its own right, but the thing is, it does cycle our deck. We don't want to draw our ring, but anything else is pretty much fine. I don't want to burn the water on Hardy and then not use it, so let's do this. Cool. I don't think 5 persuasion matters here. We can get the Spice Trader, and we need spice for our private army, so it's not terrible. Or maybe we don't get the Spice Trader. Is it worth looking at the fence? I think it might be. I mean, if we have interstellar shipping, we'll be able to give ourselves enough Solari that we can probably trigger this consistently. Fremen Camp is good, but it's causing the same issue. It's taxing us on a resource that we're already kind of being taxed on. It does give Persuasion, though, and it's a Fremen card, so I'm going to take it. Imperial Basin's pretty good here. What would he buy? Chimerki? It's artillery. That's fine with me. It keeps away from Paul. We're going to have access to Interstellar, and we have our ring. Which means we actually have 3 bumps here. So we could do down, up, up, or we could do up, down, up. We have 0 spice in inventory, so we can't get the Holtzman. We can get a Mimic Orders, though, and that would be worth it. We don't have a ton of faction access, is the only problem there. I'll absolutely take a free Mimic Orders. Looks like Paul's looking to lock down the Shai Halud. Whew, 8 cards in hand. Okay, so... yeah. Advance. Call. We're going to go ahead and take the Mimic Orders. New tech is Spy Sats. Let's go up with Fremen, I think. I want Siege Tabor access. Take our spies. Go up again. Another faction bump. I think we take Fremen again. So that's 2 factions out of 4 already done. The problem is the Spy Sats is early enough that somebody's going to get it and probably make good use of it. I'm missing all the spice this game. Beast is getting it, though, and with 2 techs already and 7 spice, he's gonna get that engineer. But good for him. Maybe I should reevaluate engineer. And after all, Romber's ring is good. Paul decided he hadn't drawn enough cards yet. What's in his deck that is so important? So, cards, Liaison Infantry, Spy, Liaison Recruiter. They're kind of crappy cards, to be honest. Sister Assassination Mission. Maybe he's just trying to win the combat. I don't know, man. This is not... a little odd. Let's see here. Keep shipping. As they said in Finding Nemo, right? Tyler Blanc. Yeah, I missed that. I just wasn't paying attention. You're right, you're right. Because, yeah, I had Interstellar. I didn't need to do that. I don't think it makes sense to deploy here because we don't have 2 spice for the private army, and Paul has got 1 billion daggers he's about to reveal. But I hate banking all these troops. We're going to go to Siege Tabor. That's just the place to be. Nobody with a Sword Master round 4. The problem is if we play the Liaison, we have no persuasion, but I think it's fine. If we go to 4 persuasion instead, that doesn't significantly alter our options, to be honest. Sure, if a Whip of Power comes out, we'll feel silly, but I think it's okay. The water is worth it. I guess we could put 1 troop in for a spice. Okay, we can't do that. I didn't have to say, I didn't expect them to go there. Well, shoot, I guess we're going to go to tech negotiation, huh? They're not bad techs, but it's not what I wanted to do. Helena would be best served to pull out here. Yeah. Beast is threatening Highliner for next round. We have Mimic Wars, which is cool. 7 persuasion exactly. Very nice. You can trash your assassination mission too. I'm assuming that's what he wants to do. That's what I would do for sure. Four. You know, the local fence probably isn't that bad. Grab Solari on the way down, and it's okay. It's fine. I'll take it. Oh, well, Truesayer would have been a lot better, but wasn't available, so we didn't have that option. It helps make us spice for the other cards that we need to have, so I think it's probably worth it. We get to go before Helena, so we can do Interstellar again. We have a Negotiator now, so we could pick up... Technically, we could pick up Holtzman. I think round 5 is a little late for Holtzman, with no Spice Must Flows bought. Okay, so... Ring means we get 3 bumps again. We want Spice, so I think this is actually like a Recall, Advance, take Spice, burn Spice, Advance, pick up Fremen for a point, and some water. Sounds good. Now we have enough spice to use the Fremen camp. Shoot, I should have taken Solari. I have a local fence. Well, I could launder the spice into 5 Solari, but I don't know that that's a good deal. What about Research Station? I think smuggling would be better for us at this point. We risk garrison locking ourselves, though. Beast gets his ring online. Now, Helena is really struggling with her Sword Master. Yeah. So we do get to smuggle if we want to. We can also use Fremen Camp to throw a bunch of dudes in the combat. These are kind of competing, right? If we end up getting Holtzman, we'll be glad we went to Research Station. I think smuggling is such a low priority for anyone not named Helena. We do this, but gosh, it's going to cost us so much spice because then we're trading out our spice again. We could get High Council though, off of that. This isn't the most important combat ever, but the spice is good. We convert 2 spice into 3 troops into 3 spice. It's kind of worth it. Yeah, I don't know what the right play here is. We still have our private army, and then we can use our local fence. Maybe at Carthage? I mean, the way that our influence is set up, we could take advantage of spy satellites, but it's redundant with mimic orders. It's kind of weird. Probably Carthag is better than Araki. And I feel more threatened by Beast than Paul. Although I doubt one Solari makes a huge difference for either of them. There's his third tech. Paul just trying to get one spice by the looks of it. Although he has so many daggers, who knows? You know, like... Okay, so... Local fence... is what we want to play here, but which city? Water is good. Water's water. Intrigue cards are also valuable. Card draw... probably does not matter. Paul can go to Siege Tabor. Beast cannot. Let's take the intrigue card. Well, that was not a good one. Well, we could acquire the Truthsayer. Yeah, I probably would just do that. We need the faction. Put one more troop in, why not? 4 is plenty to have in reserve. And Helena is actually not even fighting me, so that was an overcommit. Yeah, bypass protocol sucks. It's a very bad card. Would have been better off going to Siege Tabor, I think. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Truthsayer like lets us get the Mimic Orders later, or helps us hit a Spicemist flow. But probably the water was better. But that's the nature of intrigue cards. You really don't know what you're going to get. Like if that was a plans within plans, it would have been phenomenal. Paul's chasing me on Fremen. That's worth noting. Don't really want either of these. Protectiva's okay, but we only have one BG card, so I think we just... Well, Liaison though. Our deck's not that amazing. Let's just pick up a Liaison because Spicemist flows are important. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. 8 from Beast. Unfortunately, there's not any good 8-cost cards. The best one is Worm Riders, but he has no Fremen influence. We really have more troops than we need at this stage. Pelted a lot of daggers, but not enough. Not enough. Persuasion-wise... What's he at? He's ahead of Beast. This is a pretty good card. Especially since we need to make up ground on BG. And have a bunch of thrown cards already. Infiltrate. Not bad. We'll see what we can do with that. Guild Bank rate is pretty bad, though. Yeah, that's straight nothing. So we don't even care about this combat. CGA and Convincing on deck. The problem with picking up Chimerki here is that we risk having our cards stolen. Training drones is probably a more consistent way to win. Go up with probably BG. Could just take the guild for the Solari. Training drones is definitely safer. I'm gonna take a risk here. There's a lot of plot cards out there. Ugh. Okay. Fine, whatever. Well, maybe we can go to selective breeding. That would generate us 3 persuasion. Spy satellites. That is dangerous. Spy satellites Holtzman. He's already. That's 3 points. But it didn't make sense for me to get it. I don't know. That's tough. I could also go for Dedo devices here, right? I could pick up Dreadnought Dedo. Nobody wants this combat, so it could be a pretty free point. Go ahead and take Manta. It's pretty, also pretty free. Okay, cool. Convincing. There goes breeding, though. I don't think Beast has a Spice Must Flow yet. So that's at least good. But he's in a very good spot. Yeah, that's bad. Maybe we should have gone High Council instead to block him. If we go for the Dreadnought, we're not going to be able to go to Highliner next round. We have a Highliner accessing card on top of our deck. We only need 1 bump with Guild anyway. This is kind of tricky, isn't it? So we can infiltrate. Does that matter? We could infiltrate selective breeding. I don't know about that. We don't care about the Solari is the thing. Helena's never going to get her Swordmaster, probably. But she's at 7 points, so maybe she doesn't care. How'd she get to 7? 4 tracks, conflict, spice must flow. Okay. More power to her. But Beast is actually probably also at 7, so yeah. We're not as far ahead as we feel like we are. Although we are 1 away from the point on Guild, and when we go to Highliner next run, we'll get it. But if Paul goes to Carthag here, then we won't have to. We don't have a play. I guess we could infiltrate. But I'd rather infiltrate Research Station next round. Although maybe nobody has the water for it, and we don't need to. Goes Haga Basin. Not enough spice unless he's revealing like a spice must fall. Interesting. I mean, if I get a flagship, I'll care about the Solari, but that's about it. That's about the only scenario. Economic Supremacy is the other one. Strong Arm. Well, that's good. We risk 3 people stealing our cards if we... I mean, we have more troops than we can probably deploy next round. Let's go ahead and put him in. Costing the other players Solari could be meaningful. Yikes. I think Beast is going to win this pretty unopposed. Holtzman Spy Satellites is a really dangerous combo. It's at 9 right now. Jesus. Oh my god, Paul. Strong Arm is pretty useful. Strong Arm is pretty useful. If we go to BG or we go to Emperor, that's worth something. Problem is, I don't know that we're going to be able to... I guess we could throw out a Master Tactician, retreat the troops. That unlevens our hand. So there goes the card we wanted. Smuggler's Thopter's not bad. Retreating the troops, I think, is the right play here. Well, Legion... We have more troops than we need, and Legion goes to Emperor. So yeah, it's actually Legion. Top of deck. You know what? You know what? I think I would do that. I hate to have to use my card like this. Oh. Oh, that beer went down the wrong tube. Oh, Grand Vision. That's absolutely not what I wanted to see. That sucks. That sucks. Well, we can win the combat, but I don't know that winning the combat's important. It is decent if we can steal Beast's Alliance, so maybe that's what we should go for. Strong Arm, Legion, Wealth. Playing the CGA suddenly became a lot weaker because the game goes another round. You know, ugh, come on, Paul. Leave me alone. Well, if he steals it, we can grant Vision back, I guess. Unfortunately, I don't actually want to use the CGA's ability. Beast can't afford Research Station, but I don't think it matters. We have to outscale him next round, basically. Strong Arm means that we almost inevitably get our Mimic Quarters point, which is nice. If Paul wants to steal the Fremen Alliance, I can't really stop him. That's awkward. Yeah, I guess we infiltrate. Trusair to either BG or Emperor here, but if our goal is to steal the Emperor Alliance, then we need to do it to Emperor. We have 8. Every card that we have has Persuasion on it, which means that we can't throw out a card with Truesayer. Well, we can. We can throw out like a Dune, and maybe we get a higher Persuasion card. It's not likely, but it doesn't hurt to try. We don't really need to use the Legion to deploy troops, though. I don't think we have any much. I don't say any. I don't think we have a very good shot of losing the combat. We're probably going to win the combat. So yeah, I don't know. We can use the local fence next round to get our spice back. Paul can't actually go Hardy Warriors. Guess he's just counting on doing it next round. Okay, Paul. That's kind of cool. I like it. You're going Ditto, right? What? We should be at 9, I think. Probably lose it from the conflict, honestly, because, well, but we don't want to risk losing this. We have to really steal Beast's alliance, I think. So I'm going to lose it from my garrison. We'll get 2 troops back when we win the combat. Apparently I'm only at 8, so not good. We don't have any BG influence in this, which is really bad. Oh my god, he's got another one. If we go interstellar with our ring, up, up, down, we can take the last BG bump. Or it looks like he's going to retreat to ensure his Emperor, yeah. Well, that's interesting, right? Because we can go up 2 with Emperor. He probably reinforces it on his turn. Not good. And he's going to have the most troops next round. I don't know if we can beat him. I know what he's doing, but it doesn't matter. Ex-engineer might be a point. Probably not. Firm grip, is it too late for that card? Probably is. So we have to go with BG instead, I guess. And that solves our Mimic Quarters problem. But it only puts us at 9, and Beast is currently at 10. So, I mean, let's think about this. Beast has his diplomacy in his discard pile. He is the player that's currently winning the game. We have to chase him. But if we do that, we're not going up with BG. We don't get our Mimic Quarters point. This is tough, man. I mean, we completely ignore the other 2 players. We're in a 1v1 with Beast. I just don't think we can win it. If we win the combat, sure, but what are our odds of beating Beast in the combat when he has his artillery and his ring? I guess he technically doesn't have his ring, but... Jamarki means we can beat him if we get to a tie. Doesn't defend Emperor, so we're good there. We gotta steal his alliance with our ring. But we don't have the spice. We can Bendu Interstellar, ring, steal. But it's not, it's ugly. It's not what we want. And by that point, maybe he draws Emperor and then defends himself. What does he block this game? Spice must flow, withdraw, Thopter, Liaison, Spice Trader. I don't see that he has, Imperial Spy is almost certainly gone. I don't see that he has any actual Emperor access. We Bendu. We do not pass our turn. We use our ring to try and to steal it. And if we can't steal it, we'll go up with BG, and that's a point anyway. Helena uses her secret forces she's been holding on to all game. Smuggling. Okay, he's trying to block us from chipping down, but it doesn't work that way. Yes, it does, because we have no spice. So we have to do local fence first. Man. This is getting kind of intense. And I could lose my Fremen alliance at any moment. Maybe I should have just gone up on BG and tried to race him. I think that's the better play because I just don't think I can take this from him. Beast can't go to Siege Tabor, so if we go to here, we're more likely to be able to get Siege Tabor, and we're less likely to see Beast win the combat. Corner of the Market is really unfortunate because we have 0 Spice Must Flows. We're probably going to end the game with 0 Spice Must Flows. This is going to be interesting. Okay, we drop... We only need our ring. We're not buying anything useful. That's bad for Beast. He's not going to get his card draw off. Although he wouldn't have done it anyway. He didn't have a space he could go. I think Helena wins, but with the right entry cards she could, or if she wins the combat. So he discarded Convincing as well. Oh my god, he still has it. Oh my god, he still has it. That's crazy. We can still win if we beat him in the combat. Right now, the game's not ending this round, so, like, whatever, but he's just getting points too quickly. What did Paul drop? Convincing... Well, he has to discard 2 cards. Just says he discarded Convincing. Oh, double Convincing. Okay. Okay, so Siege Tabor. Don't get the Mimic Orders, but taking points away from Beasts is what matters. More spice. Do we still lose? Go to 10. We don't have Mimic Orders point. I think we still lose, right? Maybe winning the combat actually just loses us the game. But I mean, if it's me or Helena, I gotta win. I mean, Beast I think just wins no matter what. He's got 3 points locked up. And a Holtzman. So, yeah, I mean... There's nothing we can do. So if it ties, right, the game goes another round, and maybe I can beat him. If I win the combat, I go to 10, and then he wins for sure. Don't play a card. Okay, well, that just... Okay. Helena, why would you do that? I guess she just doesn't understand. She doesn't know. I don't know what the right way to counter this was. I guess I could have taken the spy satellites. But, like, when I have a Mimic Orders, it's not the right play. Man, this stinks. And then Beast beats her on Tiebreaker, right? So she still loses. Okay, she doesn't have any entry cards. Yeah, it's just suicide from her there. We had to let the game go another round. Man, I keep losing today. What's going on? And it's 8:38, so I can't even get another one. Well, this is not a very good game to stream because, you know, the, yeah, it's not a very good game to stream because the games only start at certain times. I think that's got to be the end of it, guys. Sorry.